lose the sweatshirts if they're not uniform?
You got physical therapy?
Yeah.
So you're not going to live anymore?
Oh, no, I physical therapy. I hurt.
Well, you have to actually your fingers.
Yeah, they like bit my wrist all the way down and I moved my feet.
Do you have video back in your bed though?
Some.
I mean, that's decent. At least you can.
I can just not do it.
I don't think so. Either I'm a
Huh?
smoker or I have. I was going to
Well, at least it's not totally gone.
Well,
Could be
what
worse.
is school know, you know?
Why are you
Like,
gonna do
they
it?
always say you have cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Right
something
in
that's
jail.
like cancer. You could die in the next month.
Oh, actually, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, did you get my email?
I did get your
Okay, so.
I'm not sure. I guess before you leave.
Oh, yeah. I hope so.
When do you leave?
Sunday.
For what?
Florida?
Where's your mom?
Here's the rest of it.
The whole week of finals. Push your forward.
Yeah.
Oh. Which one's not?
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
I guess.
This like extension. Did you do that? Oh.
Hey, Caleb,
I'm not gonna be.
has anyone gotten hurt in your
Or
life
that's
class?
like you're fine.
Doing something stupid.
Jeez, yeah, he almost cut his finger off with razor blade first days. The first day, we weren't even we were in the shop for 5 minutes. And the first 5 minutes class, we walked in the shop and he goes to cut a hose and he slips and it cuts like
Oh,
the
really?
tip of his finger off.
That's why I went to cut a
Yeah, like it's hard to see.
I missed my fingers.
I guess for the back, that's one like a lot bigger.
Yeah, like you can see.
Oh,
I
and
missed
that's
my arm.
Oh.
It's like small.
I rather would have hit my finger.
I'm scared to break out of
I'd
that.
rather not.
Jared.
Huh.
Then this other kid in our class named Garrett was taking a tire off on the tire machine for one of our chores and he got his tire stuck in between the tire and the rim.
What?
He had his hand on the tire and he was putting it on.
Can
And
you get the tie on?
no, you can't see the tire. But he was just like putting the tire onto the rim before we aired it up. He had his finger and he goes, that hurt.
See the bead with his hand and put his finger there?
Dude, that would hurt so bad. Especially once it snaps up. By my hand.
It's actually really hot here.
So you guys warm?
A little bit.
Better than that.
All right, you guys.
My niece is literally carrying a boot by her hair.
We're gonna work through another. Did we finish the assignment from last time?
And now she's wearing my shoes. And
We're gonna what?
going,
Did we finish the assignment from
Yeah.
last time?
That sounds
Okay.
fun.
So we have another one we'll work through together.
now she's sitting on my door.
So if you guys would,
How many questions?
a number of them,
What?
a decent number.
I can take it on.
I'm just.
So we're gonna work through this together. So pull out your Chromebooks. We're also gonna go over using,
I could plug in my
yeah.
Ellie, you couldn't let him know. You just wait. You would have left like last week and not come back.
I think,
Honestly, I told you guys this is my English town this week.
I would never do
Like
that.
Sunday night, I reminded the teachers,
Wait,
they
this
have
is
to,
how
you're going to
I
Florida. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's when you start getting sloppy. I had all this planned out. No one's leaving. I'm leaving in 4 days. 15 questions.
You can pull it a little bit.
15 questions.
What?
There.
It says 15 points.
Move your back.
15 questions.
15 points.
Oh,
Wow.
that's my bad.
You can't do the moving the desk though.
But then there's not gonna be enough room. Like,
No, we just stretch.
if the desk is all the way up here, and for it to,
Just turn your desk
wait, hold
around.
on, I might work.
No, because then the face
If we
is
might have enough.
Yeah, that's another violation.
Yeah, it's over.
Hey, I think some of these like separating rules kind of bogus.
I think
Yes,
they're all stupid.
The only one I think that
you're not alone.
be in this far apart from people. I don't like to believe on.
Yeah, you're the first one walks around and hits people, right?
What? Say again.
I said, yeah, you're the person that walks around and hits people.
Why hit you?
Nice, I got it.
He's fine.
Slash, Peter Valve.
got a shorty.
Nice.
She's got a girlfriend?
What's a bird?
Who?
You've been dating.
But let me.
All right.
I think you.
Where are we?
I know, he's supposed to.
Up at the top of the page now, you guys, you have these, I put this stuff here. So go ahead and open up Desmos as well, because you guys can use that to help you.
Can you use this on the test?
Yeah.
Use Desmos on the test?
Yes,
I used this on the test.
nice.
Cheated.
No, he said you
Cheated.
could.
Yes.
What test?
For the final.
Cheater.
Okay, but tell me who asked to be used on the test.
There's also similar tools.
Oh,
You have GeoGebra. That's kind of similar. Symbol Lab. But we're gonna use Desmos today. I also put the link to my videos. I also found another playlist of videos that you could use and a online text. So if you guys just need additional resources, they're there. Otherwise, we're on Transformations 3, right?
All right.
All right, are you guys ready?
Oh, is this a homework on Open Map?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, gosh, let me log in.
Just hook it up. All the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
I have a link.
it. You do it. I'm being serious. I mean, it's gonna be on parking break, so it's gonna be a little.
That's gonna grind years ago.
Do you have are you just doing this on your phone?
What?
Are you doing this on your phone?
Yes.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's texting.
It's just texting.
Isn't Transformations 3, you said?
No.
Yeah.
I can't get.
All right, now this one with Desmos is pretty easy. You can type these into Desmos and you can see what they look like. So 2 raised to the x looks like this one. So you're just supposed to match. For me, that's the orange one. So I will do that for this. This is an exponential function.
When I put that into the Desmos, it doesn't give me a curved line like that.
Did you type it like this?
What are we on? I put,
Transformations.
mine is -2. Oh, to x square. How do I square on here?
Shift 6.
Oh.
Now it's not actually squared. This is 2 raised to the power of x. So this is called an exponential. On the right-hand side of the one I'm showing you, you have exponential growth. So basically every unit, it doubles. So it goes from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8, because it's a power of 2 base. So it's doubling every step along x. Now, what this is kind of going over with you guys is how to do, we're talking about transformations right now. So how do you transform a function, take a function and change it into a different function? The ones that we're looking at right now are reflections. So if I put a minus sign outside of this function, all the way to the left, that's a vertical reflection. Does that make sense?
Yeah, go for it.
Now, if I do it to the x part of the variable, the x, if I put a minus there, you get a horizontal reflection. So that's a left-right swap, while before it was an up-down swap. The other one does both of them, so it flips them both ways. So first it does a up-down swap, and then it does a left-right swap.
So what's the parent function again?
The parent function would be without the negatives.
would be the 2x, so that's normal, and then if you put a minus in front of the 2, it'll flop down, right?
Yes,
And then if you put a minus in front of the x,
That's what
flip to
yeah. And if you do both of them,
we,
it does
flip
a,
down, but
yeah, first down and then left or
mine's
vice
from
versa.
math and let me in.
Really?
I'm being password now, even though I
so
don't
happy.
same password.
Didn't you reset it?
What?
Didn't we reset this already?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you change it?
No, can you change my password?
Yeah.
Make it like Carney sucks or something. I remember that.
Carney sucks.
Make it Magic Bean.
Magic Bean.
No cat. Magic Bean 1, 2, 3.
Then you get
All right, Magic Bean 1, 2, 3.
Thanks to password, let me change it on you. Let me change your password on
Are you guys able to figure out that one then?
you. I still got half a point.
I got a quarter.
All right, so this, do you see this one here, you guys? This yellow one on my screen?
Mhm.
That's 2 to the x. So for me, that's orange, so I'm going to select C. Then the one that's a reflection downward, this red one, that's the one with just a minus on the outside. So that's the red one. The one with the minus is just a reflection down. Is that good?
Wait, can you say that again?
The orange one is the parent function. It's the plain one.
Okay.
So that's the one that exponentially grows to the right, but to the left it gets smaller and smaller. That's my 2 to the x. Now, if you imagine that being reflected downward, so this one, this red one, that one is just the one with a minus out front.
Okay.
Even though
Now, thinking of the parent function again, the green one is a left-right swap. It swaps the left-hand sides and the right-hand sides. So that's this one. That's the one with just a minus up on the exponent. And then the last one is the last remaining one, the blue. That would be a downward flip and then a left-right flip. So it's both, it's reflected both ways. Is that good? All right, on this next one, our parent function is x squared. So type x and then shift 6 and then 2. That's the parent function. And if I put that into Desmos, you'll see what it looks like. Now this is the normal quadratic. This is the parent function. And it's important to kind of recognize that when you have a normal parabola, this is x squared. So if I go to 1, if x is 1, then the y will be 1 squared. What is 1 squared? 1 times itself?
1 times itself. 1.
Yeah, so this will be at 1, 1.
Really? We're putting gas and no one said anything, Jared, so.
Thank you, I appreciate it. 2 squared.
You got me trying to.
Yeah, so that will go up to 4. And when you go to 3, it'll be at 9. That'll cross that. That's the normal version. So remember, we can actually like stretch this thing, move it around. So you just have to keep in mind what the function normally does. So it normally does 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9. All right, so let's look at what we have. Mine is upside down, so it's reflected vertically. And then I have to shift it. I have to move this is called the vertex, the symmetry point. We have to move that, for me, to the right 2, up 1. So I'm going to put parentheses around the x. Oops. And now to move it to the right 2, For the x coordinate, it is opposite of what you would think. So even though the x coordinate is at +2, to move it to the right, I need to do -2 on the x. That moves it to the right. You do plus if you're moving it to the left. And you can test it out on Desmos to make sure that it does the right thing. Then to go up 1 unit for me on the outside to the right, I'm going to type +1. So this time I'm not flipping the sign of the coordinate. So it's a little confusing. You have to remember that the y doesn't get flipped on the sign, but the x does. Now, all you have to do now is make sure that when you go right 1, it is 1 step, but it's down for me. So to get the vertical reflection, I'm going to put a minus sign out front of the parentheses.
Wait, why +1 again?
Because mine was up 1.
Oh,
So if you got to go up, add that.
Flip it up.
mine's yours, just mine's on.
The negative up
It's
front.
not right.
Look, yours is on 3, mine's on 3. I did +3 and it didn't work.
A minus outside of the parentheses.
How do I get this to flip upside down?
A minus outside of the parentheses.
Yeah, because I went over 2.
Oh, yours is.
How
Ms. interruption. Ms. Capozzi would like you to check for a uniform sweatshirt. There's not a uniform sweatshirt.
To the left. You see how mine is?
Take it off.
Don't do it.
Thank you.
On the board?
Be the best teacher in the world, don't do it.
Don't go for it.
Yeah, everyone was
How about the same school? Is that neighbor 0?
What's
That
that?
you-
We're all supposed to be on +3. Now the y is in
Do I need this then?
Yeah.
And if we like buy
You know, I just got one try left, I have no idea how to do this.
Okay, so, that's what I'm gonna prevent it, because I don't know how to do it.
Wait, so what about?
Wait, straight, you figure it out.
Yeah, we have a t-shirt.
What is wrong with this?
You're supposed to flip it around, bro.
Minus.
Mine is what?
Yours is the same one as mine, no?
So,
Is he the last time?
Mhm.
like after a while, it's such a good inside.
Wait, what?
Oh.
Negative sign out is the outside of parentheses.
Is it negative sign outside the parentheses?
It counted it twice wrong, and when he got here, he's mad.
Okay, that makes
Because it
sense.
opens upward, no.
So, alright, so it's still negative.
So well.
Uh, No, that's
Throw that at my
+3,
head.
that's correct. And the down 2, that's correct. But to get it to flip,
Yeah.
you need to put a minus outside of
Should've
the
figured that one.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. And you can test these out on Desmos if you go to Desmos. To make sure everything-
I use Desmos good at Denso.
It's so.
Wait, go back to the other one, like, and my.
So I can like solve, this
So
works.
it's at
super
roll,
well.
but not 2.
Where?
Yeah.
Well,
hey, that's a nice one. Yeah, go ahead. You can type it in there. It should be-
Okay.
Yeah, this is Tinder.
You can go to Desmos.
I don't solve Tinder.
Thank you.
Oh, what? Does it like this way? You know what I'm gonna do next? I'm gonna switch it to like a better one. I don't want to.
He'll just give you the answer.
Yeah, you get similar
Like the
similar
one-
questions. Look at
Finish the fancy problem.
I
No,
know,
because
it's
they're-
simple
they already got the
question.
G of X equals.
So look at, now I got this one.
You're gonna use the absolute value
I got
symbol
some going.
for absolute value of X, that's your function,
What is that?
the bars.
I'm assuming the next set of questions, we set up the same.
Yeah, the next one, you're not gonna use an X squared as your parent function. You're gonna use absolute value of X. So the absolute value of X, you can either do shift and then the backslash, you see the backslash that's on your keyboard above enter? That has a vertical bar that you can hold shift and hit that to make one of those bars.
This thing doesn't have shit.
That's
Oh,
the value on the-
Well, you can click this thing.
Probably.
You can click this to get the absolute value bars. All right, so to see it on Desmos, oops, This thing is normally a V. And yes, thank you.
One.
Yay.
Super secret.
Oh wait, I got some extra stuff.
My test is on paper.
Marty. I got an extra.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that test on paper? No. Oh, let's go.
I do have these for you though. You can write on this and add more notes.
Is this allowed to be used on the test?
Yes.
I'm
No, it's
writing.
not.
I'm just trying to help you guys get more organized with notes.
I'm putting so many
What
notes
is
on
this?
Kate, I got my passes here.
It's roast.
You're laughing, don't you?
No, I'm not.
You are.
I'm like, kid, you can what else last. I'm not. I'm waiting till we get to the job. So.
You did the job.
What? It's so much easier to beat people up at jobs. Because no one's watching. Mr. Hicks doesn't care what I do.
No, he doesn't.
Exactly.
This is like you could throw nails and tools as long as people wear glasses.
All right, so this thing kind of shows you what each transformation does. So that's something you can look at. And on the back side, it's just like an algebra cheat sheet. It just has like a bunch of stuff that we'll be getting to probably next semester. So don't worry if that seems a little
So this is
bit.
gonna be the final, what we're doing now?
Yeah, this will be, it's not a final, it's the next test over what we've covered
So
since
we're
the
not
last
having like
test.
a final.
Yeah, it's just a test of what we've covered since.
Are we gonna be able to retake it?
What's that?
Are we gonna be able to like retake the test then?
You should be able to if we get it done in
I mean,
time.
you, the first final you can retake. Let's go. It's not even.
It's not
Bro, I was
really a
worried
final.
about this now.
What?
Worry about it.
Yeah, you know, there's always that little step I'm gonna have, but it's fine.
He's like, here, here.
All
Not
right.
as bad as the final where you can't retake.
Now, mine is one to the right. So you can even look on your little note sheet that I just gave you. Yeah,
We use the same,
yeah, it's the same thing.
the
So
opposite?
it's opposite. So I would do -1
Are you? Oh,
because I want to go to the right. And you'll see that if I put a minus on the X,
what make you want to go?
it'll go right that many units on the notes. To go up 2, I'm going to just add 2 on the outside. And my thing is upside down. That's one thing I've noticed. So I do need a minus out front. Does that make sense?
What if I want to go
Now,
left?
now do pay attention. To left would be a plus here. On the,
I'm doing it wrong.
I got it.
hold on,
All the
hold on,
steps.
hold on. There's one more step. Now notice that on Desmos, the parent function goes right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right? But notice on this graph, it is upside down, but I don't move 1 unit until I go 2 steps. It actually goes a half, right?
Yeah.
So that means these vertical distances from where the point of symmetry is, they are half as big as they were on the parent function. So I actually need not just a minus, but a -1/2 out front. And that will be my function.
I don't want to do
If you have a flat looking V, you're gonna have a fraction here. If you have a skinny looking V, you're probably gonna multiply by 2 or 3 or 4.
Really try to make it with your like group.
How
So how many vertical steps do you go? If I go right 1,
do, I go over 2.
so then you want a 2 here.
that's Z, tell me shit.
Yeah, no. It's the only thing you haven't missed is
Oh, got it.
messed up the last time because I didn't focus.
Are you guys getting that?
No. Because I didn't focus last time.
All right.
Oh, shoot, I just let me say.
So let me just show you on the Desmos real quick. If I come out here and I do, so I wanted it upside down from minus, but when it goes right 1, it drops 1 unit. But if I put a half here, it would only drop half a unit and it would look flatter.
How do I get
If I put a 2 here, it drops 2 units, so it looks skinnier.
Need to go up.
So if you've got it positioned right, you might need to put a number out front multiplying it.
How do I put an absolute value sign?
You can, there's 2 ways. Oh, and this, Hold shift and hit back. Yeah.
Good question, I don't know what to do.
This one, when you click in the box, so when you go right one,
Mhm.
how far down do you think you go?
I go right one, how far down?
Yeah, from that vertex, from the top.
Go down one.
Not a full unit, right?
Yeah. Not that.
Go ahead and hit the little thing here. So when I'm here at 1, 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I go right one unit, I don't drop down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
I drop, it looks like a quarter. In fact, I have to go 4 units to the right to drop 1.
Yeah, so it is a quarter.
Yeah, so you need out front, and where I got a 2, you need a 1/4.
So well, but I'm a fraction, so we can't just pop a fraction.
So put the absolute value of x. All right, now to go right 1, you're gonna put in minus 1. Yeah. And to go down 2, good. Yours is right side up, so that's good. Now, if you click the little, this. Notice if I go right 1, it doesn't go up a full unit, it goes half a unit. So we're
Let's
gonna
go to
close that,
something wrong.
and out front, you're gonna put 1/2. You can just do slash, like 1/2, and it will automatically. Okay.
What did I do on this one?
Wish you got your point.
Is it plus?
So
It's not 3 units to the left,
2? Oh my gosh, yeah.
and it's 1 unit up, so you go +1 out there.
I don't know what I messed up.
It is downward. Be careful. Now go ahead and click the little magnifying glass. Now a quadratic function normally goes right 1, down 1.
That's right. No, it's right.
Wait, Alex. What do you do for work?
Yeah, and that normally is right 2,
Early
down
childhood.
4.
What?
So
Early
everything's gonna
childhood
have.
education.
vertical.
So then you put a half or something
Yeah,
in the front.
yeah, so minus 1. Did you get it in the right spot so far? You don't think minus, it might be, let's take a look at your thing again. Hit the little magnifying glass. Now, notice, so you're at -1. You don't get to 0 until you go 4 units to the right. So it's actually a fourth instead of not half.
Okay, you know how to do this?
Is?
Is this one? It says it's wrong.
Do the magnifying glass, I'll come back.
Oh, no, I'm done.
And it's usually over 1, down 1, so that means everything's been double. Yes. Oh, wait, no, yeah, 2 fine. The, right 1 is negative, down 1 is not flipped, the Y doesn't flip the sign. Yeah. So X minus 1, down 1, oh, it's not negative. Are we good?
Nope. Still don't know what I did wrong.
So we could use the Desmos thing during the test.
Yeah. Well, hit the magnifying glass. Okay, you wanted to go, oh, is this a quarter? Yeah, that looks okay. I'll go ahead and close that. You want it to go right 1, so it should be X minus 1. On the outside, plus 2. You got the 1 and 2 first.
What did you say if it was more flattened out? Or
It's
was-
going to be a fractional value.
Flat line.
Okay.
So you're going to do a fraction. And if it's skinnier, that means you've vertically stretched it, so it's.
So like this one.
Go ahead, that looks like a half? No, that looks like a quarter. So notice I have to go to the right 4 units before I drop 1 unit, so that's a quarter. And it is a negative 1/4 because it's a downward thing. Did you guys get this one? Question 3? This one I'll just tell you guys, this is just identifying which shape with which parent function. So if you see a parabola, this sort of arch looking thing, that's x squared.
What'd you say?
The parabola here
I was.
is x squared. So whatever that value is for you, they probably changed the order.
No,
You got to scroll. This one, that's a vertical, like just a straight line at 90-degree angle. That's y equals x.
Straight line, right?
Yeah.
just X or is it?
Yep. Notice that when x is 1, y is 1. When x is 2, y is 2. And when x is minus 1, y is minus 1. This one, if you guys see this, it kind of looks like it's a half of a parabola on its side. That is the square root. So that would be my C.
What were you saying?
If you see how the parabola looks,
Yeah.
this one kind of looks like a parabola on its side, but only half of it. That's the square root.
You said the half one?
Yeah.
And then what's the one with 2?
2. You mean this?
Yeah.
This is the inverse. So 1 over x. Notice that if you put in 0 for x, you would have 1 divided by 0, which you can't do. And notice how this function kind of freaks out as you get closer to 0. It actually doesn't have a definition at 0. So this is 1 over x.
So which one's 1 over X?
The one here that's kind of like this little sort of, I don't know how to describe that. The next one, this is an exponential. This is actually 2 to the x. And then this last one, the one that looks like a V, or it looks like a line, but the negative side got reflected up into the positives to make a V. That one is the absolute value.
Hold on, I completely just zoned out. That is my bad.
What's that?
I have y equals 2x and then y equals x and then 1.
Are you on the next question?
No, same question. I didn't know I should put the y.
Oh, 2, you mean this one?
Yeah, which one's that?
This one looks like exponential growth. Are we good?
Yep.
All right, now you have another one. This is just like the ones before with x squared. Uh, so mine would be a +1 and a +2. And I'd need a negative. Looks like -1/4. Because when I go 2 to the right, it should go down 4, but it's only going down 1. So mine's 1/4.
I'm missing one.
Could go right 1 down 1, right 2 down 4. It really goes right 1 down 2, doubles. Minus 2 would be a +1.
I haven't even got one.
Otherwise, I think it'd be correct.
You got the two all the way in there.
Yeah.
The two, you guys are down one.
So, right 2 minus down 1.
Good. I don't know what I did wrong. Something mixed up. I'm trying that. Is this what, Brian? Yeah, I'm on my last turn.
Then would you magnify it for me?
Because if you look at the two.
I think it's a half.
That's
Okay, so good. And then you gotta go left 2, so +2 actually.
Oh,
And then down 1 would be -1.
Why is it wrong?
that's it.
Let me see.
Yeah. There you go. Another one.
Alright, so hit the little magnifying glass. Alright, so when you go right 1, it should drop just 1 unit. It's dropped 2. So you're gonna need like a 2 out here with the negative.
That's that right there. So it dropped.
No, I mean, you went right 2, that's 2 minus 2, with that. Then go push this down 2.
Wow.
You wanna do the -2 here. But
Zero.
because it's, if you go to the next one, I go right 1, it should be down 1 where it comes. But it's down 2. So to lengthen it that way, you have to multiply by 2 up front.
But when I said.
So do you want to do minus?
No, leave the minus, that yeah.
I don't understand.
Well,
why
that's-
the two
Go ahead and go to decimals. So you see how, if you zoom in a little bit, you'll see more where each unit is. Yeah, you can drag it to sort of show your graph. notice how when you go right one, it goes down one. But you had one that went right one down two, so go ahead and put the two in. Yeah, now it makes two difference. Yeah.
It's like someone's laughing.
You're just gonna put a two up in front.
Oh, shoot, I just
Why
walked out.
was two after value bucks?
I'm gonna question 5 out of 15 to 11:30. They might be doing this at 4.
Okay, so,
What?
So we might not finish this. Yeah, they're not even halfway.
you go left one, plus one.
I just have 2 problems left. No, I just did it here.
You have 2 problems left on this?
Yeah.
Someone.
Why should you just try to?
Yeah, someone's like,
No, this is down to.
what will
I just have to ask them for help.
one willing to do it.
Alright,
See, I don't know right now.
and now,
I just want
if I go
7
right
and,
one, it should go
if
up
you have
one.
7 and 8,
I'm
let me know.
This goes up two.
Oh, I knew that one.
So that means you have to put a two up front.
You have both?
And the rest of them.
What do you
for
want?
my,
That should be good.
um,
Mine is zoom in to see where all
Oh.
is it from 11 to 15, it's all just like the stuff you can put in decimal.
What do you know?
Like, so that's what I did.
You can check to remember, there's kind of three spots where you can check out.
So that you
Well, I guess four.
Ooh,
Back there.
that's hot.
Figure out the left, right shift. You put that in the X. Figure out the up, down. shift.
She's a hot one.
Point.
Hands are not even rolling.
Yeah.
No.
So Pick it up and down.
Meh.
Move it like straight up and down.
Oh, like what?
To make it skinnier.
Whoa.
Or what? This is right here. You would put like a two or half. of that.
Well, Shank, yeah.
Question those guys.
What kind of she's supposed to be in? Why don't you get to it?
Are we gonna do this one now?
Yes.
That's all I know.
Yeah, get to class, like, well.
No.
Sorry.
You're gonna delete
No.
what you put in with the absolute value, then close out do an absolute value. Now,
Oh,
up
it's
front,
magic.
put two.
Now, like,
Here?
No, in front of the absolute value.
Here?
Yeah. So you're multiplying it by 2 nines, that will kind of bring it down. That's almost there.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no one's in it, just right. What's up?
Is there any year? Did you finish the homework?
So are you guys on 7?
Yeah.
One of 5,
All right,
6.
so
Sort of like-
mine says they want it vertically stretched, so they want it longer vertically by a factor of 9. That's going to be the number that's out front of the parentheses. That's going to be this 9. So mine says that the new function is vertically stretched by a factor of 9. So out front of the function, this a, I want that to be a 9.
Shit, I don't know. Where 7 came from.
So I think some people were working ahead of when I was helping others. Okay, then shift the graph right 8 units. So that means in with the x, I'm going to put, to go to the right, I'm going to do -8.
We went to exact.
And to go up 2 units, I'm just going to put a 2 in for C.
For what?
Up 2, so that's what they want me to do, so I put in a 2.
Down is negative, whatever.
Yeah, down would be a negative. Left would be a positive.
I got 0.67.
So if it's shifting right, it's minus, right?
If it's mine, yes, negative.
we do number 6 really quick?
Yeah.
Or am I close? Because I think I'm close. I don't know.
I'm assuming I'm close. It's a sign zone or something.
So to go left 2, you're gonna say +2, good. To go up 1, yeah, you do need a +1 there.
Dang it.
Your parabola is pointing downward,
Yeah,
so you need
a negative half.
a negative half maybe. Let me see the zoom in to see if it's
It's
it's a 2.
what do you mean a 2?
If you go right 1, it goes down 2 units from
So
the vertex.
what do I put?
A 2, so -2, not negative a half.
Got my point.
Okay, so this one, kind of just like how you did that one, you're going to put these numbers where they should go. The function we're looking at is called f of x. Oh wait, no, they said it's x. Okay, sorry. So I'm starting with x. I want to vertically compress it because this is a number smaller than 1. So if I put 3/4 there, that's got my vertical compression. To go left, I'm going to put parentheses around my x. And I'm going to say +3 for left. And down 4 will be a -4. The slope of the line is just the number that you multiplied on the outside here.
Wait, what if it says shift up?
Then it's a plus something.
I got shift down 3. Why did
And that'll be negative.
This is shift up.
Yeah.
Wait,
These are shift.
Yes, yeah.
what did you do?
Wait, -7. How can you -7/4? Yeah.
All right, let me show you. Well, let me, yeah, I'll do this here. Okay, so to find where the vertical intercept is, the y-intercept, let's not play with the airplane.
I was trying to throw the gun.
Now,
What if it's
you intercept the y-axis when x is 0. That's where the y-axis is. So if you put in 0 for x, then you're going to have to take 3 and multiply that by 3/4. That'll make 9/4. The 3 and the 3 multiply. So that's what happens when I do that. And I'm going to subtract 4 from that. You could use a calculator there. Or you can think that, well, 4 is actually, I need a common denominator. That's 16 divided by 4. So if I subtract those, I get -7/4.
Can I just have help?
Yeah.
I don't know how none of you guys are able to add or subtract fractions.
Well.
Yeah, maybe you should put these on the top.
Because
Yeah, but I'm not gonna use the bind rule.
Because
That's what I'm saying.
then.
So
I don't think we need
X
bind.
is
I get it, right? You,
the number that multiplies 3 bits is 1.
Yeah.
So that just makes 3 bits.
I like that picture.
And then just say +4.
Probably.
What do you think of the one picture?
So if that's 0.6, that's going to be 4.6.
I feel like you're not.
Can I do a decimal?
Hey, what?
Create a
don't know.
section.
The last one glass. Make sure I do.
Yes.
So you're going to plug in 0 for x, right? That's how you find the y. Don't change that there, but if you plug in 0 there, then all that's inside the parentheses is 2. So what you're going to do is multiply 2
What
by
are your
4.
numbers?
So you can use a calculator for that.
I have 1/5, shift left by 2, and shift down by 2.
what day will our test be?
2 times 1/5.
0.25.
Why not that one? That's the one that-
This
Maybe
multiplies
that's
up
all.
by the ending number.
-3. Yeah.
Still moving on.
So that's it.
Yeah. Did it accept the decimal?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so what do I do?
All right, so, you have trouble with adding fractions.
So wait, I just don't know what to do. So do I add
So
this?
you plug in a 0 for x, because if you think what we graph, the y-intercept is where, at the point x equals 0. So you have to, when x is 0, that's how
So,
you find
can
it.
I do, okay, so I come here, do it?
Yeah, you could graph it and just look at it, maybe. But if it's a decimal, it might be hard.
Plus 4,
What times 4?
on 4.
And then -1. Is that 1?
So,
Yeah, it's half of 4 is 2, -1.
alright, so that is but 1 then?
Yep. Okay, so you got the formula wrong, and that's it, let's get that.
Okay,
So let's see, shift right to be a -4. That's correct, that's correct. So that means you're gonna have -2 minus 1, making -2.
-3. Alright, okay.
There you go. Okay, I'll do it. And if you shift up 3, you're gonna put a +3 there. And then that'll be a half +3, so that'll be, no, yeah. All right, so you plug in a 0 for x.
Yeah, I did that.
So that means you're gonna have -3 times 2/3. Threes will cancel, so that'll just make -2. -2 plus 1. It's -1.
The same thing.
Yeah.
You don't have this one?
Fine.
Well, no, I'm watching. Six.
That reminds me of-
You never played Apex before?
No,
You gotta play
it
Apex.
reminds me of like Quake and Tribes and Postal, but
You'll enjoy it.
it looks like Tribes, like a modern version of Tribes. What's up? Okay, so. Yeah, that's good. The slope is just 1/5. And then if you plug in 0 for x, you'll just have 2 in the parentheses. So that'll be 2/5 minus 3.
So this one?
Yeah. Do you know, you can use a calculator.
You got on one.
What's that?
Sure, fifth, is that?
Minus 3. So get rid of the 2/5.
Just let me know if you have questions on the next one. Or the next, all the rest of them. Yeah.
Because it's all squared.
Oh.
Yeah, that usually be. Start with the Everyone go right from the end. In there first. Now you want to go down. How to do it? You can just shift this button. The vertical.
Oh.
Now we're going to go down to minus. Yep. Now yours is open downwards, so it's got to be a negative up front. Put downward. And we need to count how many it moves in one step. Looks like half. So go ahead and do it now. Yep. Okay, mostly we were just doing this here. We have A, we'll do a stretch or press. The negative up front does a reflection, vertical options. And then it's added to that.
It's just like one.
Then you go left or right. And if you
Oh, yeah,
add
I'm
back to
pretty
the-
sure.
you know, the end of it,
Let's just actually.
vertically move it up. Yeah. What you gonna do tomorrow?
Okay. Okay. How do I do this?
No, I was gaming.
Patient.
I have a question. How do I make that straight, like?
That's not the square. That's Yep, they show you the.
Oh, okay.
That in the thing.
So that's it? Okay.
Yeah, get rid of the little.
But it's not.
So it's one.
You gotta, it's got a little formatting box up there.
Yes, it is.
I'm not.
Alright.
It's up. Yeah, but it's up.
That's up.
That's not.
That's not up. Both sides?
Yeah.
But
Happens to.
what do you mean by that? Alright.
first. So it's on that curve.
Alright.
Look at that curve.
So go back, so go back.
Look at that curve. That's a great curve.
Yep.
Yep.
So then it,
Alright, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
let's do that.
That's 17.